boy, we've got some kit for the latest Mythic legendary character, Omega Red. I gotta say, he feels legendary. My goodness, we got some controversy with the unlock requirements. We're gonna talk about that. And it straight up looks like this guy is gonna be Netflix. That's right. He's gonna be here to cancel the Heroes for Hire, just like Netflix did. Oh my goodness, we're gonna take a look at it. Although I have low confidence that his kit is gonna work correctly. It's pretty complicated, but it does feel legendary. The Red Death, September 17, 2001. Greetings, Conway. There are plenty of super soldiers on strike roster, but today you'll be meeting the Mega to rule them all, and your red letter day doesn't end there, as we've got an event on the way to restock your ISO 8 shelves. I actually think that's pretty cool because it's the blue ISO and you can be able to select it. I'm actually pretty interested in that. Blitz is combining light with darkness, which is going to be the Cloak and Dagger Blitz, which also makes the strike pass feel a little bit better, actually. We can talk about that. A Rookie Legend making return events to help you prepare the battles ahead. Let's get to it. Omega Red. I'm not going to... His name is Greg. I don't know how to say his name. Is a Russian mutant born with deadly mutant powers and insatiable bloodlust. Your daddy's mutant healing factors prevent him from dying. A detail that caught the attention of those running the Russian super soldier program, Arkady, I don't know, was forcibly experimented on and given cybernetic enhancements along with carbonadium tentacles, not testicles, tentacles with each of his arms. Thus, Omega Red was created. Omega Red's mutant powers endow him with superhuman strength, reflexes, and a healing power. Omega Red has joined Wolverine on several missions as a part of a secret group of Weapon X soldiers. Now, the other two members, which are not mentioned here nor in the strike time video, is pretty much widely accepted as being right here as being Silver Samurai Lady Deathstrike, and then the other two are going to be Sabretooth and Wolverine. Inside of the strike time video, they explicitly said that there were going to be all across the board stat increases on Wolverine and Sabretooth. Like they said, health, damage, armor, resistance, focus, piercing, and speed. So it sounds like, and they made it sound like they're going to be important. We'll have to see. And Omega Red straight up looks amazing. Omega Red is a legendary character for the Weapon X team. This team also includes Sabretooth and Wolverine, who will receive reworks. He's the controller with extreme focus and health, both of which are further enhanced by the way of his passive ability. Similar to how Adam Warlock introduced the new positive effect Safeguard, Omega Red ushers the new opposite effect Trauma. And this mechanic Trauma, along with Heal Block, seems like a hard counter to Heroes for Hire, which prevents debuffs from being removed or flipped. My goodness. And then adding to Omega Red's lethality is the ability to steal health and redistribute himself with all of his attacks, including ISO 8 bonus attacks. Now, one of his abilities puts out Trauma and Heal Block, and then basically with the Trauma, they're not able to remove the negative effects, which sounds like a straight up hard counter to Heroes for Hire. Heroes for Hire all have this passive ability, which makes them super annoying, that when they drop below 50%, they lose a charge and clear all negative effects. No, they won't. Heal up for 100% of this character's max health. No, they won't. I'm just saying, seems super like hard counter to Heroes for Hire. There's some other things that we're going to talk about in this kit that we have some questions about, but let's keep going. And adding to the Omega Red's lethality, his ability to steal health and redistribute it to himself with all of his attacks, including ISO 8 bonus attacks. So they have the strike time video, Villain Global Mutant Controller Weapon X Legendary. All of these abilities here are 7775. We're going to go down to the passive first. We're going to start at the bottom and work up. On spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns itself and all Weapon X allies. Great. On turn, heal 20% of this character's max health and gain 10% damage up to maximum of 30%. So, if you've played against Emma or inside of Alliance Wars, you know that this type of mechanic can be problematic with a character with high health pools, and it looks like he will. And so this, I'm going to say this right now, high red stars are good on characters like this, where a character that has high health and he has a self-healing every time he takes a turn, it can be an issue. And he's got this damage boost, kind of reminds me a little bit like Silver Surfer, you know, as the match goes on, he gets faster and faster. Well, Omega Red here is going to get more damage. Then, when this character drops below 60% health, gain speed up and 2 death proof. Great. Gain 50% max health. Great. While any character has immunity, all Weapon X allies gain a 40% crit chance. And my thought there was, we're thinking, according to the Strike Time video, and just that he's going to be a striker. But we were talking about, what about Raider? Because having higher crit chance greatly enhances the Raider ability. And I believe a lot of people already have Raider on Wolverine, and maybe Raider will be a better choice on Sabretooth as well. We will see. On spawn, if this character has 3 or more Weapon X allies, lower enemy damage by 15%. Fantastic. Now, this is the war part, and I gotta say, I gotta give them props to making this not a war offense or war defense team. It just says war. And also, I want to say this probably will be a very good team on defense as well. And typically what I have found is that when a new team comes to the game, if you put them on defense, sometimes it's just confusing to have them on defense, right? And because we don't, at best, your opponent will take an overpowered team to beat them because it's uncertainty. This does look like it's going to be a very good team on defense and on offense, and we'll talk about why. Fill speed bar for 15% plus 15% speed bar per Weapon X ally. In war, on spawn, if this character has 4 or more Weapon X allies, apply trauma and heal block to all enemies. This straight up messes with a lot of characters, even like Kestrel, because Kestrel has a self-cleanse every time she takes a turn. More importantly, I think we all thought that this was going to be a hard counter to Heroes for Hire, but yeah, this won't work. When they drop below 50% health, lose 1 charge, clear all negative effects. No, they won't. Heal for 100%. No, they won't. So I'm just saying, this feels like a hard counter to Heroes for Hire. Then, on war, on spawn, steal 15% health from all enemies and redistribute to self and all Weapon X allies. So basically, this is going to drop the opponents, like on offense, it's going to drop them down 15%. Couple interactions that are uncertain. And then on defense, think about this. If you're 2-tapping them, basically, when you go in on the second attack, if they don't have max health, they're going to steal 15% from you and they're going to give it to themselves. But we don't know how this is going to work, whether with the order of operations. There's been a lot of controversy on, will this, like, let's say, prevent this mechanic from popping off if health is full? Well, this says on spawn, so the order of operations is going to be confusing. And the reason why I don't want to speculate about this is because in the past, this has been my experience with kits. And the reason why I am a little bit worried about this kit, because it seems complicated, there's the way that the developers wanted it to work, the way that the kit reads, and then the way that it actually works in game. And for us to speculate actually how this is going to work is bonkers, because the way that they want it to work is probably different than the way that it reads, and then the way that it plays in game could be something different. We have 2 great examples of that in game right now, Shang-Chi and Deathpool. This, we just don't know. So I think there's a way that we all feel that it should work, but how it actually works remains to be seen. Stay tuned. War, gain extra focus. War, gain extra health. In war, gain extra damage. All of that is great. Let's go up to his ultimate ability, Ultimate Tentacle Onslaught. This kind of feels a little bit like Doc Ock. Energy cost 3/5, so will not be going off turn 1. Flip all positive effects to negative effects for all enemies. That sounds amazing, because remember, they're the trauma. Well, in war anyways, the trauma is going to be a big deal, because those negative effects, you won't be able to get rid of them. Attack primary target for 340% damage. Apply ability block, and that's the difference between it, because it is an AoE. Slow, heal block, and reduce speed bar by 10%. But the other ones, attack all other enemies, will have the slow and heal block and reduce speed bar, but it will not have the heal block. Now, that is a powerful effect if you think about it. That seems great. Kind of feels like Doc Ock, but a little bit better. Steal 10% health from all enemies and redistribute that to self. This bypassed heal block, amazing. Because when it also, I believe, when it bypasses heal block, that also goes through death proof, right? This attack redistributes a maximum of 50% of this character's max health. In war, apply trauma to all enemies. So all of these negative effects won't be able to be cleansed with the trauma effect. The trauma mechanic means that the negative effects can't be removed or flipped. Wow, this attack cannot be blocked. Seems good. Gets better. Special Coil Crush, and this goes off turn 1, energy cost 3/3, and this is the only way of applying trauma outside of war. And how effective this character is going to be outside of war, like let's say in raids and or in arenas, to be seen. A lot of healing on it, so I imagine he's going to be very good in raids. Just intuitively looking at his kit, feels like he's going to do well in raids, just like Doc Ock does pretty well in raids, right? Apply trauma and ability block to the primary target. They also mentioned that this trauma is an important mechanic, kind of like stun, and that it cannot be spread like with Hela or Venom. It's kind of like stun. It can't be spread to other characters, so it can only apply this to the primary target. Attack the primary adjacent targets for 450% damage, and then steal 5% of each target's max health and redistribute to self, and that also bypass heal block. And I'm guessing that also bypasses Death Proof. Apply offense down to primary adjacent targets, and then apply speed up to self and all Weapon X allies. Cannot be blocked. Basic attack, and they did go out of their way to say that this basic attack also, some of the effects here in this basic attack also apply to the counterattack and the assist, because that's been one of my complaints, is that they don't publish that, and we don't actually get that information until it is in like MSF.gg. And they were making reference to his basic attack and his counter and his ISO attack being similar because they were recommending Striker on him. Steal 10% health from the primary target, redistribute self. That's amazing. Bypassing heal block. Increase the duration of bleed slow. Offense down. Primary target by +1. My opinion on this character so far, just by reading the kit and not playing him, is twofold. One, he feels legendary. Secondly, I have very little confidence that this is going to work intended. I would love to be surprised by Scopel next if they would test this character and release him working correctly. Oh my God. Like, amaze us. Our expectations are at the bottom. Our expectations are low right now, Scopely. That you have an opportunity to spend, let's say, 41 minutes or so of playing the character before he goes live, and maybe he'll work correctly. 41 minutes. Get Megan to do it. Let her play it for 41 minutes. We'll see. Anyways, how do we get him? And this is going to be controversial right here. Your first chance to recruit Omega Death is the upcoming Mythic Legendary event. Red Death join Omega Red and Nick Fury as they try to stop Baron Zemo from synthesizing the powerful element carbonadium and using it to take it over the world. And this is probably going to be his Gear 13 requirements, if I were going to guess. Here are the minimums to require the Omega Red. Now, he is a mythic character, so he does require the Nick Fury Legendary. Now, Nick Fury is a legendary, and he unlocks with Kree minions. This is going to be problematic for a lot of players. I did a poll here in chat, and do you have Nick Fury ready? And there's 37% of the people here on Twitch said no. Boy, those Kree minions are garbage and not that great. And Nick Fury does have some value, but he's definitely kind of on the weak side for legendaries for sure. He's not an amazing character. Winter Soldier at 5 stars. That's kind of garbage. Winter Soldier, I'm going to say this right now. In my opinion, Winter Soldier is not a good character. I understand that you can use him maybe situationally in a Hydra team, but he is not a good character. 3 Secret Avengers at 5 stars. Captain America, Sam Wilson, Maria and Sharon Carter. So this is kind of the choke point for a lot of people. New characters released. Captain Sam America was a strike pass release. So I think a lot of people, are they going to make them farmable? We'll see. Typically they make them farmable in some way 2 weeks before the event at best. But I want to talk about Winter Soldier at 5 stars. In the past, we have complained about non-important, not good characters being required for legendaries. And they actually made a post about this. It was back in the day when the initial controversy of requiring the Kree minions to unlock Nick Fury. The Marvel Strike dev team made a post on Reddit, and they were very explicit about what they do. In the longer term, we're committed to making sure characters needed for legendary events are also relevant outside of the legendary event. Winter Soldier. This can mean individual buffs or creating greater synergy bonuses among the group required. For example, we'd require them to a legendary event. We evaluate the appeal of a group like AIM or Hydra. Who's in Hydra? Winter Soldier's Hydra. What I'm trying to say here, do you feel that this applies to Winter Soldier? I do. I feel that they said that they would commit to making sure that their character was relatively important if we're going to be forced to upgrade them, because it's not only getting them to 5 stars, there's other requirements, because this is going to be similar to that of the Adam Warlock event. We're going to read. So does what they promised us apply to Winter Soldier? I feel it does, because a lot of people are going to be forced to gear up Winter Soldier, and he's not that great. They said to get a 5-star unlock, and so this is going to be just like the Adam Warlock event. Character level 70-65, gear tier 12, ISO class level 3, and that is for the 5-star unlock. For the 6-star unlock, this will go to 13. This will go to 4. For the 7-star unlock, you'll actually have to take them to gear tier 14 and ISO level 5. So that means that you'll have to take all of these characters to, if someday you're planning to get a Mega Red to 7 stars, that means you're going to have to get them all the way to gear tier 14 and ISO level 5. Do you want to do that to Winter Soldier? Is he relevant outside the legendary event? I think we need to hold them to this today. They promised this to us way back in the day for this reason, saying requiring garbage characters for legendary events. I guess the same could be said about Nick Fury right now, and people that don't have Nick Fury are going to have to get all these garbage Kree minions. Same story, right? All right, so this all explains the rest of it here. The main thing is that it's nearly identical to the Adam Warlock event. Let's get to some good news. Unstable Elements, and this is going to be a bonus event that starts on September 22nd. Don't miss on the limited time opportunity to power up your teams by completing your select daily objectives. Here how it works. There's going to be elementary particle currency. Achieve an isotope breakthrough by earning limited time elementary particle event currency. And that's what we really need in this game, is more event currencies. We need more currencies for our currencies. There's too many currencies in this game. Just by completing select daily objectives, Blitz, Raids, Arena, Play 3 isotope missions. So you can find more elementary particles via offers. Now, it kind of feels like this is going to be similar to the Shang-Chi event, only it's going to award blue ISO and a way to select the blue ISO pieces that we specifically need, because right now blue ISO is kind of garbage in that it's all random. Elementary Particles event store. Once you've earned your currency, head to the limited time event store to spend your elementary particles. There you can purchase T2 blue and T21 ISOs directly. Kind of great, right? And then we are also, as well as the T2 and T1 ion orbs. We need ions. All I need is blue ions. Blue ions, please. This sounds great. And it sounds like it's a bonus event that we're going to get bonus useful currency just by playing the game perhaps the way we normally do. Each origin trait will have at least 2 slots of T2 ISOs and 1 slot of T1 ISO. This is a great opportunity to stock up on the new T2 ISO of your choosing. So I like these bonus events, and I got to say that lately the bonus events that we've had in the game, like for example the Carnage one that's running right now, we just finished up the Shang-Chi event. Bonus events are great. A lot of people say, hey, I'm not going to do that, but guess what? Just by playing the game the way that you normally do, you usually get some bonus stuff, and that's great. Now, notice I did not use the word free, because the word free means that you don't have to spend any time, and usually there's a time investment, so I like to say bonus stuff is bonus stuff. Returning legendary event, Adam Warlock event, as you know, will be coming around the corner. That is going to be on Monday, and then they detail all the requirements for that there. Upcoming blitzes. The first one there is relatively uneventful. It's going to be Namor, but more importantly, on September 23rd, we're going to get the first of 2 luminous orb blitz. Let's just call it that. Basically, instead of having 2 blitzes for Cloak and 2 blitzes for Dagger, they're going to have 1 blitz or 2 blitzes for both of them. So instead of having 4 blitzes, there's going to only be 2 blitzes. So regardless of what this said, it's going to be less shards, because if they did a blitz release for Cloak and a blitz release for Dagger, that we have 2 blitzes and 2 blitzes. No, or a total of 4 blitzes if they were both blitz release characters. No, this is going to be 2 blitzes for both characters, and basically it looks like that the blitz is going to award the luminous orbs for you to select whenever you want. The usual character shards rewards have been replaced with luminous credits. Use those credits to open either luminous cloak or luminous dagger, each of which rewards 5, and that's a static number. It's not random, so that's great. Boy, nothing worse than stacking RNG on RNG. I'm grateful that they did not do that. This will be the first of 2 runs of the Luminous Blitz, and each Blitz features the same number of character shards as typical character blitzes. The total number of shards possible from each Blitz is equal to all of the character blitzes. You actually get 25 from the milestones instead of 21, but really, it's half as many blitzes if you look at it the way that I positioned it. Basically, there's 2 blitzes for both characters as opposed to 4 blitzes, right? But you also get to choose how many Cloak and Dagger shards you want, which is also a good thing also. Because the strike pass is pretty much garbage. But this complements the strike pass in some ways. Maybe this is a good, better solution. Blitz releases are good for legendary character or for veteran players that have deep and wide rosters. Like myself, I have a relatively large roster because I played for a long time and I've spent some money in the game. The Blitz release is not that great for new players. I feel that they're at extreme disadvantage because their rosters are not developed out. It's a lot easier for someone like me to get a lot of points. Bonus and flash events. Now that Waterlock is on the way back, it's time to bolster your mutant investigations. September 19th. Don't miss the 2-bit detective bonus, which rewards double character shards for the X Factor characters from campaign nodes. And so the important thing, I think a lot of people are looking for not only multiple men, but also Polaris for the Adam Warlock event. And this usually happens the day before. Yeah, we predicted this correctly yesterday. So the Adam Warlock event is going to be on the 20th, and this is going to start on the 19th, the day before. So that is just like we predicted. And then we transition. And also, don't forget, 2 times 0 is still 0. Then we transition from mutants to ninjas with the return of the Relic Hunt event, and we're going to get some double drops for hand. I don't think anybody is super excited about that. Until next time, good luck, Commanders. So, the unlock method for legendary events, as expected, is a little bit controversial. It does feel like he's going to be a legendary character. What do you think? How do you feel about his unlock method? Hopefully we get a way of farming the Secret Avengers, Captain America Sam Wilson, Maria Hill, and Sharon Carter sooner than later. But typically what they do in the past is they usually don't make those methods for getting them available until about 2 weeks. And they also did not list any timeline when this is going to happen. But I'm relatively excited. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Oh, and also, before I go, I received a very lucrative offer from OnlyFans, inviting me to join their platform in OnlyFans Gamers. What do you think? Do you think I should do it? I did email them back already, and I said I'd only do it if I could release content that included Namor's nipples. If they weren't going to let me release Namor's nipples on their site, I wanted nothing to do with it. Is that something you're interested in? Let me know. All right, bye. I'm not going to do any of that. It's just funny to me. What? Winter Soldiers is the Carbonium also? Oh, my goodness. I didn't even catch